Okay, so this is our first day, which is a asynchronous class, which is a bit awkward, but I want to walk through um, how to do today for you. So um, you should be finding this video in this week's folder. And today's folder. Now, the video that you're watching here is where it says place introduction video here because I can't have it there and be there at the same time. That would be a neat trick. So the first thing that's going to happen today is I want you to read that objective that's right below where I'm talking here. And it says that the students will be able to break down a mathematical definition by examining the definition of a limit in order to make sense of complex mathematical ideas. So that's our goal for today. Now, the way you're going to accomplish this goal is you're going to go first into this instruction resources tab. And right there is a video on the definition of a limit. And that should bring up a YouTube page. And I want you to watch that video. And what I've also put in there for you, if I go back to Schoology, is a set of Cornell notes. Now, these are my notes that are on the video, and you can choose to use these as your backup, but this is just kind of like the baseline notes that would be about this video. So those can go as a resource for you to use for your own note taking. But remember, note taking is all about capturing the information that you're going to need to make sense of this as we're going along. So once you've watched that video and grabbed what information that you need from that, if you go into the practice materials folder, you'll find a PDF there with a couple of practice problems that are in the AP format, right? So when that comes up, you'll see the problem there, and you can kind of touch on that and scroll down, and you'll see a second one. At number 3, there's by accident. I managed to get an extra tab in there. So work through both of the problems first on your own, and then after you've worked through those, I've put a link to a video here where you can go and watch my solutions to those problems. So you can kind of check your answers. Okay, so that's like what we've done so far. So we've read the objective, we've worked through the instructional tab, you've worked through the practice stuff here. If you look under summary, you're going to see another YouTube video where I'm going to summarize what happened in this lesson and give you a little bit more information about homework and the like. And that's there for you as well. So once you've gone through that summary video, I do have this thing here. It's a little bit of a formative assessment. It says, having watched the video about the definition of a limit, fill in the attached Google document and submit it. I want you to note that this is an ungraded assignment, so this will not count in your work. Okay, so you go, you hit that. I'm not going to click that because what it looks like from the teacher view is very different from yours. And I've also have this last tab, and it says optional extension, and this is something that is an optional piece of homework for you. It's not required at all, but let me get you to what is required for. So that's like the in-class portion, is to go through the instructional material, do the practice problems, watch the summary video, do the formative assessment, and that's like the end of what would be in class today, if that makes sense. I'm going to go back to the front page for the course so you can see where the assignment sheet is. Now, as of right now, at the time I'm recording this, the entire assignment sheet is not up there because I haven't put in Friday's stuff yet. You can pop out this if you want and just see it full page, probably be your best move. And if you look it again gives you a list of everything you're supposed to do in class today. Watch the video that you're watching, do the introduction, the definition of limits video, the introduction stuff, the practice materials, watch the solutions to the practice problems, watch the summary video, and then do the formative assessment. Now this is what I would ask you to do for homework, and this is also in the summary video in case you forget. You're going to watch a video that's about our syllabus, and I'll show you where the syllabus is on the page again. You're going to watch a video about a little bit more about limits, and again, I've supported that with notes from the set of Cornell notes, so you can use those to guide you. So the links are all just right here. You're supposed to read from the textbook, and if any of you have had trouble getting the textbook, I've made some PDFs and hyperlinked that here. And finally, the last thing here is to follow the directions under the enrichment tab. So if this is a can do, it's not a required, right? So the last piece of the homework, if you go back to the day folder, right? So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to that day's folder. You have an optional here, which is you can enroll in a APBC class on Khan Academy that I'm keeping. It gives you a join code, and there's not going to be any assignments in there today, but there's going to be the option to join. And what I'm going to do is from time to time give you an option to do some additional practice, because the BC exam, the more practice you do, the better off you're going to be. So I'm going to put them up there. Nothing in Khan Academy will be required for this course, but it's always a good place for practice. So I'm going to be organizing some practice there and in some other places, but none of that practice will be required. So I think this should give you a good overview of what you have to do. There's an in-class portion, which is working your way through everything that's in this day folder from me on down. And then for your homework, you flip over to the assignment sheet, which again, this will be reinforced in that summary video. And you can look at that assignment sheet, pop it out, scroll down, and that'll be your homework for this class. All right, so sorry that we're starting asynchronously. I know it's a little bit awkward, but it's just how we are. And if you have questions, don't hesitate to email. Also, know eBlock, I am always going to have a Google Zoom, this Google Zoom open, the one for this class that's on the front page. So, go and drop in during then as well. So email, use eBlock, get a hold of me. If you got any questions, I'll be glad to answer. Nothing to freak out about. We're going to make this work. All right, so that's today.